Previously on episode 15, we are now at 554 LP in Challenger. Guys, if you haven't seen episode 15 yet, do not forget to check it out because there's a whole lot of things that you can learn from watching that episode. And with all of that being said, let's continue with today's episode, which is episode number 16. The first game we played, Riven was being banned, so I'm playing Camille in the top lane against an Aatrox trying to set up my lane for a gank. I knew that Aatrox didn't have a single ward in the river, so I just start a fight right here. I engage in, Lee Sin comes as well, and this is how we pick up the first kill of the game. For some kind of reason, Rek'Sai was also sitting in the jungle of my Lee Sin, so I tried to react and be there as fast as I could, trying to be there faster than the enemy Aatrox was. So that was really helpful in this fight right here. Also, our mid laner moved as well, which results in a 3 against 2, which we won. After we got that kill on the Rek'Sai earlier on in this game, as well as getting that gank from the Lee Sin in the top lane, I was pretty fed in the game, so I could easily get that top lane over with. And at the same time, my bot lane was winning the game as well, so it was ultimately just up to the team to group down in the mid lane and like force a fight on the enemy team, and it's going pretty well. Like, the enemy team makes a lot of mistakes. They're trying to like kind of 2 against 5 us in this whole team fight, so we got a lot of catches down, and this is pretty much how we win this game. Basically everyone has won their lanes and we just group like once in the mid lane, and this is pretty much how we end. The second game that I've played, I was playing Riven in the top lane against a Volibear, and this matchup is pretty much all about winning and maintaining the pressure while trying to roam as much as you can and getting like really good teleports off for the team. The Volibear is too tanky to deal with, so roaming is the best thing you can do, and that's definitely something that I've been focusing on throughout this game. So right here we did have some really good kills and stuff, and I was there much earlier than Volibear was, but we still lost this fight due to my team being kind of behind. We've also had this kill on the Elise right here. I think if I changed my combo just a little bit, I think I could have actually got that kill and still get out safely. We also had some really good catches throughout this game, as the Elise was making like a lot of mistakes this game, and I'm talking about a lot of mistakes. So that was really nice. Despite having like such a good early game, getting things done, getting like a lot of kills and stuff like that, getting like the right TPs off, we're still losing this game because the enemy team is just way stronger than we are. So at the end of this game, we still lost. That brings us now at 559 LP. The next game we played is the Riven against Shen matchup, and this matchup is pretty much being played in a very similar way like the Volibear matchup, where it's all about winning that pressure and trying to maintain it, except the Shen matchup, you still have a lot of chances to kill this guy. You just gotta be like early in the game and try and get that chance to kill him before he gets tanky. Everything had all started off with doing a really good roam in the mid lane where Fizz was completely out of position, so we took that very easy kill, and now we have 1 kill at 5 minutes in the game. Being back in the top lane, I was trying to push out the wave, trying to clear it as fast as I could because I thought that I saw the enemy jungler being bot lane about 20 seconds ago, but then I actually realized that he wasn't there anymore because he just ganked my lane, so it's something that I definitely overlooked, and it's a big mistake that I've made. Just coming back from reviving out of the base from making that huge mistake, I decided to roam mid lane immediately, only to figure out that Kha'Zix was actually gonna gank mid lane as well. So we found ourselves in like a 2v2 situation with the super fat Kha'Zix and the Fizz, so now I die again. The game wasn't very nice as my bot lane was losing the game very hard, as well as my mid laner was getting ganked to pieces by the enemy junglers, so ultimately there wasn't very much that I could do this game, so this game was pretty much lost, and now we are at 546 LP. The next game we've played, which was game number 4, we were playing Riven against an Aatrox, and we've had the level 2 pressure in the top lane, so a fight started in the enemy jungle where my Lee Sin jumps on the Kha'Zix. So I tried to react as fast as I could, trying to be there a lot faster than the Aatrox was so I could help out my jungler. Turns out that my jungler doesn't even need that help, so I didn't even get one assist. But then, once again, turns out that Aatrox is actually still trying to fight me, and he tries to go for a 1v2. So I wasn't quite sure what Aatrox was thinking there, but this is how we get the first kill of the game. Right after we got that kill on the Aatrox, I've gone back to base, I bought my items, and then I immediately asked my jungler that I'm gonna set up the lane for a gank and that he should come so we can take another free kill. I knew that the Aatrox didn't have any vision yet because he just literally died and came back, so this was a very easy gank for my Lee Sin. I'm trying to set it up as hard as I could. Lee Sin is flanking from behind, and this is how we're going to kill the Aatrox again. And now the Aatrox is going to fall behind very hard in the game. Now that we've had like all these fights and stuff, I eventually had the flash advantage on the Aatrox. So all I've had to do was to get that level 6 and then eventually just go for the all-in. And if he tries to get out or in any kind of way, I just follow up with my flash and take that free kill. So right here, I'm about to reach level 6. And beyond this point, it's just all about waiting for that right moment to go down for the all-in. And this is where I saw the opportunity. He was using his Qs, so this was the right time for me to go in. I'm flashing in, taking that kill, and now I got 2 kills and 1 assist at only 7 minutes. Very good. Aatrox fell behind insanely hard this game because we were getting the platings and he was losing all the farm as well. So we were completely dominating top lane at this point, and there was no way that Aatrox is ever going to return in this game. Aatrox doesn't really work in a way that he's going to scale towards a certain item and then become super strong. So we had this game in our hands. The next step that I've had to do was to ask my jungler if we could potentially dive that Aatrox on our tower so that he could miss all the farm and us getting even more ahead by getting like the first blood tower and all of that stuff. So right here, I found a chance to just jump on that Aatrox, and for some reason he just didn't see that coming. So I didn't even necessarily need that help from my jungler. It's just that Aatrox already mispositioned himself, in which I got that kill. But in case he would stay in under the tower, we could still dive him and he would still die and we would still get ahead in the game. So that was really good. There was also these guys fighting like here in the team fight where I'm just simply walking up to get all the kills and stuff. So the Aatrox was trying to get my ADC down. I simply take that kill and then I walk up to the rest of the team and I'm getting that kill on the Lucian as well. It was pretty simple. It wasn't that hard. Like everyone was already like half life. I was simply cleaning it up, and this is how we get a triple kill, like just like that. The best way to snowball in the game is by getting catches in the game, and it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you can make it work. Just getting the catches and staying alive and stuff, you can really get things going in the game. And for this kill in specific, I was literally waiting like 30 seconds straight, but it was well worth it because we got that Lucian down, and now we can push that bot lane immediately, get that tower being done for, make them miss like a ton of farm, and at the same time have your teleport up so you can be somewhere else on the map to help your teammates. So that catch did a lot of things in this game. After we won this really good game, we are now at 563 LP. The next game we played, which is game number 5, we were playing Riven in the top lane against a Gnar, and I got this guy low enough to be able to actually dive this guy under a tower. The Malphite was here, he was gonna gank my lane, but eventually after I just engaged on this guy, we could easily pull it off ourselves, and we didn't even need the help from the Malphite. It's just in case, very much in case the top laner does play safe, that we could just dive him under tower and still make it work. But in this case, we just got a kill for free. In this game in specific, I tried to roam mid lane as much as I could because my Yasuo was having a real bad time against this guy. He was actually kind of feeding a lot this game, so I really tried my best to roam mid lane as much as I could and try and fix this lane. But after trying so hard, I still didn't get things to work. My bot lane wasn't having a very fun time either because they were losing the lane as well. So I was holding on my teleport throughout the entire game so that I could eventually help my bot lane with a really good TP. And this is where we get like a pretty decent TP off, I must say. Like it's pretty decent. We can get the kill on the Soraka, but unfortunately, We didn't get that kill on the ADC. He just ran away, but it's still okay. We got like 1 kill, and this kind of like fixes the problems about bot lane. So after we push down the top lane, forcing that teleport on the Gnar so that he can take the farm, I found this case right here where I could flank them from behind and at least take the Galio kill. I also want to get that Trundle kill, but unfortunately he just ran away with his ultimate and we couldn't really catch him, but we can still get 1 kill here, which is definitely worth roaming for. Like I said before, Yasuo wasn't really having that much of a fun game as he was already having a lot of trouble playing against that Galio, but Trundle was also ganking his lane a lot, and now he gets into the situation again where Trundle's just chasing him down, so that Yasuo wasn't having a lot of fun. I tried to help him, I tried to get that kill and stuff, but unfortunately we've only got that kill on the Trundle, and now Galio gets that bounty on my head as well, so this isn't really good for us. Being back in the top lane, I saw that my mid laner as well as my entire team was grouping around the hero as well as the enemy jungle. So I've made the call right here to dive the top laner, but then I came across this Trundle who was actually ganking my lane at the same time. So we got that kill on the Trundle, and now it was pretty much all about just pushing in the lane and then diving that Gnar under tower. We've had the numbers, so that's pretty much all we've had to do, except Malphite was tanking the tower. I didn't really have the chance to go all in there and do all my damage. That Yasuo was really trying hard his best, but he should have just simply been there. We should have like forced that dive together with the team at the same time. It just didn't really go out as we wanted to. Gnar was kind of overextending in the bot lane when he was really trying to get that farm and trying to get that tower and stuff. So I tried to chase down Gnar as hard as I could, trying to see if I could get close to him so we could get that kill. But then we've had this random teleport, and then we've also had this random flash. So I'm kind of being destroyed by Gnar and Galio at this point. But it's okay since I'm still alive. I was still trying to get things done, trying to get some kills here and there. But unfortunately, it didn't go as I wanted to. And I died against that Gnar and the other teammates that were right behind him. So we still got some kills and stuff, but I kind of traded my own life for another few kills. Once again, despite having like such a good game in the top lane, trying to do as many things as I can, we're still losing this game because Yasuo and bot lane are standing like 0-10. It's just unlucky. People have bad games all the time, got accepted, and we're just gonna move on. After losing this really amazing game, we are now at 550 LP. The next game I played, which is game number 6, we are playing Riven against an Ornn in the top lane, and I was stealing the camp right here, and then I saw a really good teleport in which I was gonna flank the enemy bot lane from behind, and Nami and Lucian had nowhere to go, so this was honestly a really free kill for us. This is where we get the kill on the support and also the Lucian as well, and this is how we are also starting up the game. We had to start a fight at some point because the Inferno Dragon was being alive, and obviously everyone wants to have an Inferno Dragon, so this is where we like forced a fight, and I've had to make a really big play happen, and the best way to do that is by flashing on the back line of the enemy team and get like multiple kills at once. Because of my flash, we just won this team fight really hard. Now after winning this game, we are now back at 567 LP. The next game we played, which is game number 7, we played Camille against an Ornn in the top lane because Riven was being banned, and I think you guys know me beyond this point. I love diving in this game, and I always try to dive mid or bottom together with my jungler. That's honestly one of the best ways to communicate with your jungler and get things done, and this was definitely like one of those catches which we needed in order to start snowballing in this game, because we were playing against Ornn, and Ornn is just like one of those matchups where it's all about farming, and you cannot really get things done if you play against an Ornn besides just roaming and stuff. Then somehow this Lee Sin didn't see us being in the jungle after we got that kill in the mid lane, so we're getting a kill right here in the enemy jungle for free as well. And this play is kind of how we started losing this game. So this was in a 5 against 4 situation as one of the enemy team was actually being dead right now. This is where I was flanking them from behind, waiting for the perfect moment to happen, only to find out that my Blitzcrank and Lucian forced way too hard, and that made us lose this team fight very hard. And this is also how we lose this game. Despite having such a good game in the top lane, we still lost this game, so now we are at 554 LP in Challenger. Guys, if you want to see the games full and live, do not forget to check out my stream, because I am literally streaming every single game that you're watching right now live on stream. The link will be in the comments down below or in the description, whatever, just go and see for yourself. But anyway, thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you guys are looking to or like talk to me or anything like that, do not forget to join my Discord server, because I am there a lot. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's episode, watching today's video. I'll see you guys, and I'll catch you guys up in the next upcoming episode, in the next upcoming video, as well as the next upcoming stream, man. Peace.